diagnosed brain hemorrhage, and that was 4 years ago now. And what happened to me afterwards was a huge shock. And I came home, and it was, I don't know if any of you have children, but you come home with a child and it's like, what do I do? I came home and I was just like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to be, I don't know how to react, because I'd had 4 brain operations. I had a shunt put inside my head, which is the last operation, and with that I was very weak. I lost all my coordination skills. I had short-term memory loss. I had hearing deficiency, and part of my vision was impaired as well. I had so many things, and the scariest thing coming home that day was my husband was helping me walk towards the stairs, and then when I looked at the stairs, my brain didn't know how to function to tell me how to coordinate my body to walk up the stairs. I'd completely forgotten. But all of these issues that happened, the thing that got me through each and every element of what I was experiencing was my mind over matter. And it was that willpower, it was thinking positively, it was having a vision that I was actually going to be okay. Even though it was very challenging, I just had a mission. It was my mission to overcome a lot of these things. And the coordination thing sort of came hand in hand with me going. It's my mother-in-law here who would help me every single day up and down the stairs. And she would just be so scared, saying, "Are you sure you want to go down?" "Yeah, we're just going to do 3 steps today, and then I'm going to go back to bed." After 3 steps, I would have to sleep for 2 hours. It was that tiring for me. But like I said, the positive mental attitude is what got me through all of these challenges. The other thing that was really difficult was the mental health of understanding what I was actually going through. At the time, I was 38 years old, and I wasn't a heavy smoker, I wasn't a heavy drinker, I wasn't overweight, I didn't have any issues with high blood pressure, so I wasn't in the category of having this stroke, but I had it and I couldn't understand why. So just thinking about it all the time, saying, why is this happening to me, was damaging, really damaging. And I was advised by a friend to go to therapy. And my doctors put me in touch with a priory, which I went to for 6 weeks afterwards. First day that I went there and spoke to someone about what I was going through as a person, they changed the way I thought about everything. Because one of the things he said was, well, you're here and you're actually okay. And, other people that do go through something like this could be, a lot more worse off than you. So you've just got to think you're here, and you've just got to have that positive thinking, and you will get through this. You're really lucky. And that's a notion that I wake up every morning now, and I always think I'm really lucky that I'm here today, and that I can make a positive difference to other people if I can share my experiences. One of the things that was really difficult was getting back into work. I was a vice president in a global fashion company, and I'd been there for almost 20 years. And basically going back into that job, it was a lot of traveling, it's a lot of meeting people, it's doing hard grafting, and it's, you know, quite difficult. But when I went back in, it was the comments from other people. It was, oh, she's not right, or she has something, you know, wrong with her head, or she doesn't understand this, she forgets things. You know, it was those kind of comments that really sort of put me back a lot. And I had to then go back into therapy again once I'd reached into work, because just because someone looks okay doesn't mean that they are okay. It's a hidden illness, but you're a lot more vulnerable as a person. If you have mental health issues, you're a lot more vulnerable as a person, and comments like that can really affect you in a different way. But going back to therapy all the time and having an occupational health therapist was really helpful, because they gave me other ways of handling situations. They also put me in touch with a neuropsychologist, which after I finished my therapy at the Priory, I still go to a neuropsychologist. I go every month and really enjoy it, because they give me different tools to handle different ways of situations. My short-term memory loss, they tell me different ways, like if you repeat something back 3 times, it goes into a deep part of your brain. And I didn't know this. Now I do that a lot, because if I want to remember someone's names and numbers I don't remember, if I want to try and remember, I do repeat it back 3 or 4 times, and people are just looking at me thinking, why are you repeating my name? But there's a reason for it. You know, everyone has their own troubles, and everyone has their own things that they're going through, and just to be a bit more mindful of it. But yes, the comments were really hurtful at work, and but what I did do was I contacted HR, and I basically said, I'm actually finding it quite difficult in work, and even though the only thing that was in place at the time was a phased return to work, and that means you come back to work and you do a couple of hours a day or a couple of hours in a week, and then you build it up slowly, and that is the only thing that's the support. But now, because I raised this to HR, I basically changed the policies of the company. I worked for a huge company, and they changed their policies because I spoke up to HR, and they did a lot more support around people returning to work after a severe illness, any illness really. And it wasn't just about the phased return, it was, do they need some extra help? Do they need assistance? Do they need you know, some guidance in getting back into, and what kind of focus do they want on accounts that they look after? Because I used to look after 1 account, and then they gave me 6 accounts. Like, I couldn't remember names, I couldn't remember numbers, and I was just like, I can't handle this is just too much. So it's just about understanding that it's not just the time, it's, you know, all the other things that are surrounding. The other thing that has really helped me has been yoga, meditation, and I know that it's become quite a bit of a trend at the moment, but I've been doing it for 12 years, and I was doing it before my illness, and I'm doing it even more now. And I just think that when you're doing meditation, even if it's just sitting and taking 5 minutes out before you start your work and just breathing, you know, 5 minutes is nothing. You can just sit there, breathe, close your eyes, and then it gives you so much better focus in the work and also at home. Because when things I suffer from a side effect of high anxiety, and when I've just got so many things going on, and I do have a lot of things going on, it really helps me to just sit in my room and just close my eyes and just breathe for 5 minutes. And my personality changed. I went from being quite considerate, wrapping everything in cotton wool, the way I talk and everything. You're probably thinking that right now, but I'm not. I'm quite straight to the point now. And it's because any impact on the brain has caused a split of black and white. And yeah, so I'm very, very direct, and that has really affected the way my family have sort of they're like, Mummy, you can't just say that. Like, what have you just said? And I'll just come out with it. But they've been to therapy now, and they actually know that some of the things that I say or some of the things that I do, it's not because of I'm doing it on purpose. It's because I have been through this and that I have got these. So it's, like I said, every individual has different things that they're going through, and sometimes it's just taking a step back and just waiting a few moments before replying, or waiting a few moments and always thinking about what other people are going through. Walking. So this is something I used to do even when I returned back to work, was if I needed time out, or I needed a moment to think, or I wanted to really concentrate on something really valuable or a new project or whatever it was, I would just leave my desk and then just walk outside and just walk around the perimeter of the building and then come back in and just feel so much better, feel so much more refreshed. And that was another good tool and another good well-being aspect that really helped me. And so I actually left my work at the end of March, because I always think as well, if you're happy, I've been there 25 years at this point, and I always think that if you're happy at work, and if you're happy where you are, then that's amazing. But if you're not, you should just change it, because you've only got this one life, you've only got this one chance, you've only got this one shot. You should just do what you really, really believe in. And I just think that's a really, really important thing. I know that it's always permitting to, having the income, having the support, having what you need to do in your life. But I just think if you are happy in what you do and you enjoy what you do, then you just give it so much more. Even though the title is Surviving Brain Hemorrhage, I've touched on a lot of topics that are not just about my recovery. There's topics about mental health, there's topics about well-being, there's topics about work environment, there's topics about just changing my lifestyle to make me a happier, healthier person. So I've tried to incorporate a lot of different areas in the book, and if you are interested, please do read it, please do share it, because I've actually written it to help people. And even when I did the book, I've decided to give 10% of the profits to the Brain and Spine Foundation charity, which again are a great charity that helps so many people. So yeah, that's the book. Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you up higher, which is by Oprah Winfrey. And then this one is Sit, Be Still and Listen. So that's taking that 5 minutes for yourself, and that's by Rumi. And this is lovely as well. Be happy in the moment, that's enough. Each moment is all we need, not more, by Mother Teresa. I just think that sometimes it's very nice to have, I put a lot of quotes on my social media in the morning, so because I get comments back saying where is the motivational quote this morning, because it really helps me with my day. So I just think it's quite nice to sort of hear some of the quotes and listen to uplifting things and look at uplifting things and look at positive things and take a moment to think about what the other person is going through, and don't send that email straight away. Wait 5 minutes, keep it in your draft, and I'll tell you, you'll probably change it. But thank you very much for listening, and if you want to take some of these leaflets and things, that would be really, really good.